my life is forever changed. If you would have told me that those are the words that would come out of my mouth at the beginning of June, I wouldn't have believed you, and I wouldn't have understood why. But my life is forever changed. I decided that for the whole month of June, I was gonna make a YouTube video a day. Minimum 5-minute long video. I decided to do this because I was feeling so lost and uncertain in who I am. After being my husband's caregiver for quite some time, I felt like I've lost my identity outside of being his caregiver, outside of what our life looks like beyond cancer. And I wanted to challenge myself to rediscover my voice by using my voice, using my creativity, and sharing it. It's blown my mind what has come from such a simple yet very challenging challenge. And all the things that have come from it have not been what I expected. It has massively increased my confidence and trust in myself. As someone with ADHD who starts a lot of things but doesn't finish a lot of things, to actually complete something as challenging as making a video a day and showing myself that you can do this very hard thing and you can do it well and you can show up, and some days you are going to be pushing till the very last moment to get that video out, but you're going to show up because you made that commitment. It has built this trust in myself that I did not have before. I always have kind of felt like, yeah, I'll like start it, but I'm never going to finish it. I haven't consciously had that thought, but in the back of my mind, I know that I'm not going to complete whatever I say I'm going to complete because I usually don't. And it has opened up this new well of like deep honoring of myself and knowing that I am capable of so much more than I believe I am. And it's opened up this potential for what I can do for this month of July and for the next month, and know that I can grow and I can actually do things. And when we say we're going to do things and we do those things, it builds that trust in ourselves so that we know we can trust what we say we're going to do. And that has been so unexpected. This shift of being like, oh, I actually am really good at showing up and I can do it. One of the most beautiful things that it has brought is this ability to see life unfold. By choosing to document our life and take a moment, several moments each day to capture what is happening, to reflect, having that relationship with being like, oh, I need to share something today, has brought more presence into the rest of my day because I feel deeply aware of everything that I'm doing. And so I show up for it and I allow the experiences to happen instead of being like, this is uncomfortable, I don't want to do it. I show up to it and I say, okay, what is there to learn from this? What can I experience in this? And instead of just like pushing things away, just like letting the experience happen and flow through it and truly getting to see life unfold. And now also having all of these incredible moments in my life captured, these very high highs and these very, very low lows and all of the small in between moments that make life. It's so beautiful that I have this like archival space that I can go back to and watch our life and how I speak and how I reflect and all of these little things that change by just being a human and showing up. I get to watch that unfold and it is so cool. And I'm just like so grateful for that. Going into this challenge, there's a part of me that felt so selfish to take the time to make these videos every day and to vocalize that my needs really do matter and I need to honor them. It felt so selfish because my husband, Kyle, has cancer and he should have all of the focus and all of the attention. But what has happened has blown my mind. The thing that I have noticed, and maybe this is just coincidental, but the thing that I have noticed is that the more that I show up for me and do the things that fill my cup up over and over and over again, it allows me to give from a full cup. And so I truly do show up as a better caregiver. But the thing that has blown my mind is that I feel like the more that I have found my voice and my connection and shown up for that, I feel like I've only noticed Kyle's health improving, which sounds wild to say, but it also makes sense because now he's receiving from someone who has a full cup. I was listening to Ram Dass speak this morning actually, and he had said this idea of like, the more that we find ourselves, we have to allow that light that we discover within ourselves to be illuminated so that we can be the beacon for other people. And Kyle is my light in a lot of way, and I'm his light in a lot of way. And the brighter I can make my light, the brighter the light in him can be, and vice versa. And that truly made something click for me of like, there is something to putting your oxygen mask on first, and you just have to find what that oxygen mask is. And at the beginning of June, I had this overwhelming emotion of just feeling like I cannot find the oxygen mask. Where is the oxygen mask? Because I cannot find it, let alone put it on. And I feel like I found the oxygen mask. It was simply just showing up. And there's no one right way for everyone. And for me, that looked like making YouTube videos. And now for the month of July, it looks like walking 10,000 steps and drinking water and meditating. And it doesn't have to be big, but you have to show up. And when you show up, especially as a caregiver, I have only seen Kyle's health improve, which just boggles my mind and also makes so much sense. One of my hopes making a video a day was to let go of some of my perfectionism. I feel like I can get stuck in this idea of like, the video has to be perfect, what I say has to be perfect, and if it's not perfect, then I can't put it out. I can get stuck in this idea of being so incredibly critical of myself and feeling like it's not good enough, I can't put it out. And it forced me to just like let that go. To just let it be and let it be raw and let it be vulnerable and let it just be what it is. That has changed the way that I create. It's changed the way that I show up. It's changed the way that I move through the world because I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be and I have to show up. And if you don't show up, you're never gonna move forward. The things that you want are never gonna happen if you keep blocking yourself because you're waiting for it to be perfect. You're waiting for the time to be perfect. You're waiting for whatever you won't need to be perfect. And just like put it out there. That has shifted so much in how I move through my day-to-day and how I show up as a creative. That parlays into this idea of like, a body in motion stays in motion, a creative mind in motion stays in motion. And by just showing up every day, it just kept my creativity going. And there were moments where I felt like the well of creativity was drying up, but then I'd find more creativity and I'd find another idea and I'd see a moment happen and I'd be like, oh, I can make a video about that. I want to make a video about that. And it just really showed me that when you are in motion, you can keep going. It also showed me you can quickly stop. You know, I took a couple-day break of making videos. It was very hard to show up to make this. Now that I'm making it, I feel jazzed and I feel ready to go. And I'm like, okay, I can't wait to make the next video. But if you're not keeping that momentum going, it is so hard to get it starting again. And so the thing I'm taking away is, how can I find those creative moments? Maybe it's not making a long form YouTube video every single day, because that was not sustainable. But what is that creative act that I can do every day to keep the momentum going? That is the lesson I'm taking from it. What is the small thing I can do each day creatively? Going into this challenge, I very much struggled with really taking hurtful comments so deeply personal. That is innate to me. I very much struggle with rejection sensitivity dysphoria from having ADHD, and that is so heightened when you have people saying very, very hurtful things about you or to you that you don't know, that feel like they have an opinion in your life just because you've allowed your life to be seen by the world. At the beginning of this month, it was very hard. I received some very hurtful comments and it knocked me out. But instead of letting it get me down and stop doing this, I kept showing up. And I feel like in doing so, I put the videos out, energetically trying to put this protective bubble of like, only the good can come in. I feel like the more that I've shared, the more vulnerable I can be, the more raw and honest, the less hurtful the comments are when I do receive them, and the less hurtful comments I just generally receive. And that has been incredible because those comments can really knock you off your feet. But learning how to just be like, hurt people hurt people. Your opinion doesn't have to matter to me because I don't know you. You know, not you, but the person making these harsh comments to someone on the internet. The people's opinions that I care about aren't upset that I'm making these videos by any means. I've really learned to come back to that and honor that and know I'm okay. I have every right to speak. I have every right to let my voice be heard. I know that my needs matter, my voice matters, and I can show up. If you don't like that, that's okay. You don't have to be here. And that has been a massive shift in how I interact with that. And that can be taken beyond social media. Not everyone's gonna like you. And just being like, it's okay. The people that do and want to be here are here, and I am so grateful because I love them and we are connected and we feel that love for each other, even though we know each other through this virtual world. And it goes beyond this space. And the last and maybe the biggest thing that I have learned is that by sharing and being vulnerable about the very, very low lows and the hard things that we face in our life and on the journey that we're on, it diffuses it. By letting other people hear my experience, to hear what we're facing, to let the thoughts and the challenges that I experience in my mind and my body out of me and be spoken and to be heard, diffuses them. It's like these hard things feel way less heavy. It's like I don't have to carry this burden by myself anymore. And by sharing the good things and the little quiet moments of life, it has only amplified the good. It's made these hard moments less difficult, and it's made the more positive moments bigger and more powerful. They have more weight. They make the good moments only bigger and makes the good moments just keep coming because I'm open to seeing them, but also because there are people who are supporting us, who see what we're doing and are so excited with us that it just makes the positivity so much grander. And it also makes me want to just focus on the good. And yes, the bad and the hard and the challenging and the fearful moments will be there, and I will share them, and that diffuses them, and then it amplifies the good when I share that. And that, it is so wild to me what can happen by just choosing to use your voice, to share it, and to allow people into your life. Yes, there have been hard moments, and the last 30 days we were challenged in so many different ways. With Kyle's health, with just showing up to make the videos. But it has forever changed the way that I look at life, the way that I move through it, and it makes me just overwhelmed and excited with sharing my life and allowing people in, because it has just made my life so much more juicy by documenting and allowing it to be heard. And even if it's just one person listening, knowing that my voice is out there, that it's not just the voice that's in here, it is beyond me, and that hopefully I can be that beacon of light for you and fill your cup up by me filling my cup up. That is my greatest wish moving forward as I continue to share videos and share my life, is that these experiences that I've taken only amplify and only continue to improve my life and my experiences and my creativity and my voice. And I could have never have imagined that this is how I would feel 1 month ago. I truly feel like I have like new skin on me. I have a new way that I walk through the world, with my eyes brighter, with my heart open, and with creativity just flowing through me, and just certainty and confidence and trust in myself. And that is so far from the version of me that made a video at the beginning of June, who felt so defeated and felt so ashamed to say, my needs matter and I want to take care of me. That is a gift. And how can you show up for yourself in this day, in this week, in this month, in this year? What does your oxygen mask look like for you? Find it, put it on, because it will absolutely change your life forever.